pre-score up around?
Yeah, pre-score was due like 2 minutes ago. Why are you too late?
I'm just late today.
You're just late?
Yes, I'm just late today.
Just late? Oh, okay. Well, that happens. You know. Are we not? What? I already answered that, didn't I? Like 17 seconds ago? Oh, okay. Okay. Alrighty. So, we are going to just keep plugging along. And yeah, we're just going to see what happens. So, it is 4:20 what? 4:23. Alrighty, so 4:23. This is fourth period. This is SM2H, unit 10.2. Yeah, oh, yeah, sorry. I forgot. And my camera updated.
Is it busted?
So it's really wide and not deep. So if I'm running off the bottom, tell me, and I will figure out a way to make it work. I'm not quite sure what I might have to take my camera and twist it or something. What?
What's wrong with your old camera?
It's right there. Just the software updated. Well, so do I, but you can't go backwards. It's not like sometimes it'll set a thing. I tried to uninstall it, but I can't. So. Alrighty, so, was there questions? Yeah, had number 20? Alrighty, so.
I know we did, but
Okay, that's it. Hey, shut it. Alrighty, so 20, here we go. Says, a slice of pizza. I love pizza. I mean, everybody else just love pizza. Yeah, there's just something about it, man. My favorite pizza is Chinese chicken from the Pizza Man in North Ogden, minus the peanuts. Best pizza I've ever had.
Chinese chicken's good.
What?
That one. That one's a good pizza.
Well, I just said it was my favorite.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
said that's good.
Alrighty, so, yeah, see, that's my problem. So, alrighty, it says I got a radius of 7. And an arc length, so this is 4.4 inches, right? What is the central angle for that? Well, I'm going to basically work what? Kind of backwards, right? So, I've got that. So, we know that arc length, and I believe they use arc length as S. And S is theta over 360, right? Times what? No. 2 pi r. That would be if I was finding the area of the sector, right? So I'm going to get theta over 360. That's theta over 360 times 14 pi, and that's going to be equal to 4.4 inches, right? So, if I want to solve for theta, I'm going to times by 360, right? And that's going to reduce out. And what's my 14 pi doing? Yeah, it's timesing, so I'm going to divide by 14 pi. I'm going to divide by 14 pi, and that's going to give me theta is that times that, divided by that. I would put that in parentheses, so you don't screw it up. And does anybody have the answer for 20? 36 point. So I would say just 36 degrees is probably close enough.
Can you focus the camera, or is that all that it goes?
Let me check. Is that
Yeah.
okay? I don't know.
Thank you.
Like I said, I'm still adjusting to this. I only had one class yesterday.
It's fine. I'm supposed to work.
why did you only have one class?
Oh, well then why don't you just come sit up here in the front? That'd be a great place for you.
Okay.
I could probably talk to your parents if you wanted me to.
No, they're good. I'm good. It's okay.
Just saying, your dad and I had a text session the other day like this long, so
Why?
he was just congratulating me.
Yeah.
So Hadley, did you get that?
I had no idea how to do it, but now
Then how
No,
you-
no, I mean, were you able to get that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Okay, so then do you just divide 360 by that to get how many pieces there?
Yeah, okay, so yeah, exactly. You'd get 10 pieces, right?
Yeah.
Which nobody cuts a pizza into 10 pieces.
No.
Yeah, it's 8. You know, if you're me, it's 2. You know, whatever.
Costco slices are about 4.
Okay, now if it's one of Costco's, then it might be one. Just, you know, I'm getting old. You know. Is that it then?
Earl,
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to her. Yeah. Yo.
24.
Okay, last one. 24.
Really done this stuff, but
I would have done this. As I wrote it down, I would have went 2a squared plus 13a plus 20 equals 0, right? So I'm gonna can't take a 2 out, but I know it's gonna be. So what'd we do here? We got to figure this out, right? So we got 40, right? 40 is 8 and a 5, right? So you got 2a squared plus 8a plus 5a plus 20, right? Factor by grouping now, correct? Take out a 2a and I'm left with a plus 4. Take out a positive 5, I'm left with a plus 4. These now come out. A plus 4 times 2a plus 5. A equals negative 4 or negative 5 halves.
Yes.
And that already goes least to greatest, right? Sorry, you got it. See, that's you got to tell me because I don't. It's just not as big as it was.
Why don't you just put the camera further?
I tried. Hello. Yep, half-inch full bake right now. Yeah, that's enough for tonight. Okay. No, put it on my account so I'm gonna be able to pay for it all together. Okay? Love you, bye. Alrighty, so
wait, so do we need to get an A like that, like how you have it?
okay, so here's a really good question. Do I need this? Do I need that? Who can remember? It's been a long time. Weston,
Well, because it's equal to 0, you need the answers like the
what were they called?
zero.
The zeros, right? The, if I stopped here, would have been if it asked me to what? Factor it. How else could they have done this and wanted this answer besides setting it equal to 0? What other word could they have used there? Say it louder. Solve. Or I guess, no, you're right. They could have asked me to find the x-intercepts. That is also a good answer. Good job, Headley. Yeah, you were a little upset, but that actually would be correct. I was looking for yours, but that would have been the same. Okay?
Dan, can we do 13? He said last one.
Man, teenagers are so needy today. 13 says
5-year life, and you just find out which is the.
Yeah.
they're all speaking the truth, but I'll still do it. And that's actually, was that you, Preston?
Yeah.
That's exactly what I would have done. You got a 9, you got a 5, right? I need the circumference, which means I need either the radius or the diameter, right? Well, if I do this, I now have a 90-degree angle, right? And I'm going to go, c squared equals 5 squared plus 9 squared. C squared equals 25 plus 81. C squared equals, I don't know, whatever that is. 106, right? Square root, C equals, is that it? Just square root of 106? I would probably go with 10.3 because it didn't say to find the exact circumference. You know what I'm saying? So C is my what now? My diameter. So then all I've got to do is times that by Yeah, 10.3 times pi, because I've already got a decimal there. I'm just going to put that into another decimal, and it's going to give me what?
32.3.
What?
It says to find the exact circumference.
Oh. So then it would have been, yeah, so it would actually been pi roots of 106. And I write that in front so that they don't think that's where?
Inside.
Inside that radical. So actually, good point. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. I just wouldn't. That seems like overkill.
So that would just be your circumference.
Yep. You know, I wonder if I can do this.
Then you have to write sideways.
No.
No, then you have to go, maybe go there and flip it.
Yeah, you can. No, you can go onto your computer, I think, and like manually.
Or you just rotate it.
I think that's just made it.
Well, it's just this way I can get it high enough. No, what I'm saying is before when I scooted it up, it hit this. But now I can move it better. But you're right. There's nothing I can do about changing the layout. It's like like on TVs, you go from widescreen. It's like it's permanently widescreen now, which dicks it up. But whatever.
You can just stack it up. Maybe put it on books.
Maybe what?
Like stack it on books and you can get a full picture.
That's another really good answer. You said that and he stole it?
Yeah. I
Oh.
don't know what he's talking about.
Well, I can see that.
Brady just says it louder.
Well, it's because Braden had the bravado to do it.
Yeah.
Okay?
I'm afraid to use my voice.
Okay, that's going to be a little bit of a problem. Alrighty, so it is still for what? 23. Well, it's funny, you guys, because I used to have a camera, just like a camcorder, set up on a tripod in the back desk. Yeah, and then I would have to, I would just record the screen. Then I'd have to download it. Then I'd have to convert it. Then I'd have to upload it. Then I'd have to link it. It would take me all afternoon to get my videos up. So, yeah, I don't know why I wrote a 4 there.
Wait, because videos did. Wait,
It's
why
actually
did you do that?
10-2, I believe.
What? Because this stuff didn't exist yet.
So you just had a projector and you just filmed it?
Yeah. Yeah, so like I had a dry, or a,
I could just chill back here, right?
you know what?
The box things.
Yeah, one of those box things.
That has the weird.
It was like the
Yeah. That's how I started. And I just went out and bought a video camera and set it up in the back of the room.
How did
And
people get access to it? You didn't have
so what I would do is,
So, like, you wouldn't have photos.
now listen, I'll tell you what I did. I created my own web page. And I actually, you don't need to pull your mask down to talk, Charlie.
Put your mask on.
Shut up! So what I would do is I would record it just like you recorded a basketball game. Then I would have to download that basketball game onto my computer. Then I'd have to convert it so it took it from a 5 gig down to like a pretty raw file that didn't take up very much space because our web pages were only like 2 gigs or something. And then I would upload it to my district sponsored web page, right? And about mid-year, the district tech guy walks through my door and says, "Hey, can I talk to you?"
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, "Sure." So I go over there and he says, "I need to go back and delete all my stuff." Because I had literally used up all the storage the district had. Yeah. Well, because it wasn't, they didn't anticipate, what was going on. And it was literally, I monopolized them. They said the next like 80 people didn't use as much space as I did. All together. Yeah.
You were number 1. Hey, guys,
Yeah.
I had a question.
Yeah.
What was that TV for? It's been there like all year. And it's just,
We actually used to use that on the sideline. And one day before a game, some teenage boys were playing catch. The dumbass, threw a ball and hit the top of it, and it snapped the LCD part on the top of the screen. So now it's got a bunch of lines at the top. And it's not mine, so because the bottom 3/4 works, and I don't own it, so I'm not throwing it away. So, alrighty, we gotta get rolling. I don't know, we've gotten way off track here. I know. Well, I hope you remember that one day. Alrighty, so we're gonna solve problems involving circles. Now, most of this stuff is gonna be easy, okay? Like, for instance, if they do this, and we're gonna pretend that if I draw a circle, it's perfect.
Is that not?
I appreciate that, Flinders. You're still getting marked late. Okay. And I say that this is 80 degrees, okay? Now, this is called a central angle. And it's called that because it's made with the center. Now, they're going to go A and B, and they're, yeah.
So are there other angles not made with?
Yes, and I'm going to go over that today, which is why I specified that. Crazy how I do things like that, isn't it? Yeah. That's why they call me teacher. I'm just saying.
I call you Professor Danny.
What'd you say? What'd you say, Flinders?
I don't think it like. Have you been called teacher? Just like did someone
No,
just say teacher?
no, it was kind of a joke, you know.
Easier.
No, I get called,
Master Supreme Overlord.
or that's one, or just Denton. Used to be just coach.
I call you Professor.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
What?
One of our what do you call student teacher? Student teacher.
She was so bad.
Yeah, she made us Profe Denton.
Prope?
Profe, like professor.
Well, she was Spanish and
Tina
old.
in
She
that
was
class and she
Spanish.
got 12 out of 30 on the test.
She
That
was
the
the
best
worst.
score.
I reject
And her name, and her
her.
last name was Denton.
Well, I hope you never say that about my class, Christian.
Damn, you actually teach a class.
This is in the top
She
3.
was solid.
Okay, hey,
I walked into this class and texted my mom like after class was over. I said I found my new favorite class. Like the first day.
well, I can see that back there. I appreciate that, but no, that's not the.
I was a
You know, I realized I taught every kid in your family but your oldest sister.
Yeah, it's kind of depressing. She's not the favorite anymore.
Yeah, yeah. I can see that. I can see that. Now, what if I asked you for the measure of arc AB? Anybody know what it would be?
You just saw. Well, you know the like our formula. You just.
No, I didn't say the length of AB. The measure of arc AB.
Is that not the same?
It's the same.
Oh.
Okay?
Is that,
And it's not, just listen.
oh.
They're so ignorant.
This is an arc measure, not an arc length. Difference. Length is a distance. Which is why, which is why I had a unit in what? Inches or feet or miles. This is now in degrees, which makes it a different kind of number. Yes.
How do you know you're not going this way now?
Great question. Anybody,
Going from A to B.
anybody know why?
Right to left.
Yo,
Because it says AB.
no. Shh. Nope. Actually, great question. Let me teach you guys something. There's two kinds of arcs in this world. Okay, I was going to make a really bad joke.
Turn off the recording.
You can't stop.
No, I can't.
Pause the recording.
Okay.
Like Noah's Ark or something.
Yeah, it was going to be a Noah's Ark. It was going to be a Noah's Ark joke, but yeah. So, I've got a minor arc. Shh. Minor arcs are less than 180 degrees, right? And you use 2 letters, okay? Then you have a major arc, which is greater than 180 degrees, and they have 3 letters.
3 plus or just
Just 3. Now, so I would have D, and let's say I got E, and we'll call this circle C. Now, that is a central angle. Then you're going to have what is known as an inscribed angle. Okay? Yeah, we're just going to have to work through this, okay? Be patient. I don't have eyes in the back of my head. Okay. Now, an inscribed angle is when the vertex lies on the circle. What do you think that means?
it's on like the outside.
Yeah, it's going to look like this. Okay? Let's say I got A, B, C now. And let's say that this is 40 degrees. Now, what is the measure of AC now?
40 degrees. 80? 140 degrees.
Where would you get that?
Oh, wait, no.
Where the heck did you get
320 degrees. Wait, don't you go
Let's just
30
keep
degrees?
going.
It's got
270.
minor
1,000, guys.
Okay, so I know no matter what, it has to be less than 180, right? Now look.
Oh, I did 360.
Hey, look. A central arc or a central angle is always the same. And I used to teach that central equals same. This isn't central anymore, so if I was a betting person, I would say it's probably not the same.
Oh, my bad. I'll give you 10 to 1 odds.
10 to 1? Anybody?
Oh, it's twice.
It's twice. Inscribed
Oh, because twice is 4.
is double.
Oh, that makes sense.
Okay? Now, what they're going to do, okay, is they're going to do things like this. Okay? So, somebody took my red pen.
62.
87!
Cousins is at least right.
Now, so find, just listen, find the measure of arc BC. Anybody know?
30 degrees.
Charlie, go ahead.
Charlie, you got it again?
145.
You guys are gonna make fun of me.
Snyder!
Most likely, yes.
Use
That's the point, Charlie.
Is it 270?
Okay, 90 degrees is the distance from A to B. Not the distance, it is the measure of degrees of that arc. Okay? So, Hadley, you seemed really excited earlier.
Is it 135 degrees?
Is it 135 degrees? We'll put that with the question mark. So, why don't you tell me how you did that?
I did 360 minus 90, and then I divided it by 2.
So, why did you go 360 minus 90?
Then you get.
Because that gets rid of the...
So, that gives you the measure of that
Whole thing.
major arc, right? And that gave you 270 degrees? Okay, now why, though, did you divide it by 2?
Because you don't want A to B, you want B to C.
Okay, you're right.
And since those are equal, because of your
Okay, because the chords are equal, the arcs will also be equal. And because they meet right here, the rest of this would then simply be divided in half. Okay? What about the measure of angle ACB? Then it would be 45 degrees because it is half
Oh.
of that angle, right? Stoker.
So, half top, that's 90 is top. Why would it be that way? 'Cause shouldn't it be that you measure at every circle shouldn't be the same angle?
You gotta say that again.
So if because you have that point C, it's 45. So when you get to the top of the angle is 90. Why would it be changed if you're supposed to be the same?
No,
the same, it's supposed to be the same?
because this is no longer a central angle. This is an inscribed angle. If my vertex of the angle is on the center, the arc is the same. If it's on the angle, the arc is double. Always. Does that make sense? Think about it this way. Okay?
You have double the distance. Yeah.
If I do this, right? And that is 90 degrees. Sorry. And that is 90 degrees, right? Okay, that's got to work to make this what? 360, right? But now if I do this, now let's say I do this, right? Okay. Well, there's no way that can be 90 degrees, is there? Sorry. There's no way this can be 90 degrees, can it? But they both intercept the exact same arc, right? So now it's got to be 45. Does that make sense now? I just thought that up. Yeah. Yeah. It's because I'm a teacher. Yeah. They don't call me teacher, but yeah. Now, this is the kind of problem you're going to run into, okay? So, let's say I did this.
That's a perfect circle.
And it is. Seems better.
Oh wow, that looks good.
It's gonna be a star.
It's not a star. It's a double angle.
It's
Just shh.
Guys,
We should just
no
stop
need to be
guessing.
talking right now.
Okay, so here's my drawing. And I want you to find X. Now, in order to find X, what am I going to have to do?
No, get X on.
Well, before I can get X by itself, what do I have to
Make
do?
an equation.
I got to generate an equation. So I got to figure out, just a sec. Is there a way to put those equations in some way together? No?
We don't know what the length of the line is.
I don't know. You got to that's what we got to figure out.
But you don't.
We don't know if they're parallel or congruent or anything.
How do you find a degree?
Obviously, that's
So
not.
this is a perfect
No,
circle.
look, those lines
They
are
look
connected,
like
that's
they
one
equal
line.
each other.
If it's a perfect circle.
You gotta do something with the circumference.
No, way easier than that.
X is 7.1.
This is actually a really easy problem.
You gotta do
7.8 to 180. Can you just set them equal to each other?
Why would you do that?
Because I mean, like, they're the same. Yeah.
But how do you know that?
Because if you flip that triangle the other way,
If it's a perfect circle, those should be. But I don't know.
Now look, this angle is created using arc AB, right?
Oh shoot.
What is this angle?
AB.
AB,
Oh.
right?
Oh shoot. Wait.
Oh.
What's oh?
It's actually half of AB, but it doesn't matter, right?
Oh.
That angle and that angle then are the same.
That's cool. That's cool.
That should be, but the rest of this should be easy, right? I think you get X is 7.5, right? Okay?
Wait, I don't know how you know they're equal.
Because if I ignore this for a second,
ignored.
do you see this 2x plus 7 right here? That would tell me that 2x plus 7 is equal to 1/2 of the measure of arc AB, right?
Yeah.
Based upon this being an inscribed angle, right? Then I ignore this side.
Why is it 1/2 then?
Oh.
Well, because I just taught you that the angle, if it's inscribed, which means my vertex is on the circle, it is 1/2 of the arc, right?
Yes.
Now I look at this 4x minus 8. Well, what's it going to equal?
Maybe.
1/2 of measure of arc AB. Well, if that equals that, and that equals that, what does that tell me about those two things? They equal each other. Preston,
Wouldn't you just like the rectangle goes reflected over like the y-axis?
do we know any of that though?
Yeah?
You don't even know if that's the same.
I'm not sure which world you live in, but no.
I got that answer.
Because to be honest, the center of the circle is probably about right there.
You just assume that they do this.
Yeah, and we all know what assume does. Yes.
How would you solve it if it wasn't for like the same?
Yeah, you wouldn't. They would have to give you more information.
Will it ask for the degrees? Yeah.
Okay, now that's a great question. If I was writing this assignment, and I don't think this was mine, I would have done this. I would have said, find the measure of arc AB. Okay. How would I do that? Hadley.
Well, you do the same thing, like you find x, plug it in, and then you just times that by 2, and you find the arc.
Yeah.
Wait. Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Because I have my x now, right? I can substitute that in and find this angle, take that angle and times it by 2, and it gives me that arc. And that, what they're going to do is they're going to give you lots of what appear to be different kinds of questions, when in reality they're really similar. Yes?
Could they give one where it's like 4 and subtract 8, and then they have the degree of 2?
Yeah, you could do, yeah.
So then how do you solve it like that?
So let's do this. So let me answer it this way, Flinders. So this is what you're going to see. And this is another kind of problem you could see. Let's say that this is, I don't know, let's say this is 100 degrees. Let's say that this is, 7x plus 4, right?
Yeah.
And I simply asked you to find x, right?
You just do 7x.
7x plus 4 equals 50.
Yep.
Put it equal. If you want x, then you have to put it equal.
Right? Because, remember, this is half of that, right? Again, now once I've got there, that should be easy. Does that make sense? Was there a hand? Nobody? All right, let me see really quick. What'd you say?
Sorry.
We just realized we never did Pi Day.
Yeah.
I don't think we had it.
We were out of school on March 14th.
I'm a little depressed.
I don't remember why, but I know we were out of school because I thought about it.
I'm pretty sure it was a Sunday.
Was it a Sunday? I just know we were out of school.
Let's do it on Tuesday, man.
Probably not. We still have technically 3 more units to cover. Yeah, and we're not going to get done as it is. There's no way I'm going to take a day off.
Technically, that does look like a YOLO.
Are we good here or not?
Yeah, I get it.
I mean, that's pretty much everything. Now, there's only one other kind of question. I want to see how smart somebody is.
I'm definitely not. Becky can't answer. I want Becky to answer.
Let me know how to find x.
Wait, is that a 5?
That's a J.
This is circle J.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You have to find the leg and you use the sign negative thing to find
Wait, and then that's just a random plot. You're finding that.
You have any?
No, I just want you to find x.
Isn't it 180? Am I nuts?
X is not 180.
All the equals.
Oh, it's
90.
90.
Could it be 90?
So wouldn't it be 90?
Huh?
That'd be 90.
Because
I knew that
J's
too.
180.
Because this is
A diameter?
this is a semicircle because that is a diameter, right?
Oh, yeah.
Does that still intersect it? Yeah, it's inscribed. It's half of it. It's 90.
Oh my god.
My work here is done. Get busy.
I'm not that smart.